Okay, so let's. I should probably have my bangs down just to do the Harry Potter look. They kind of look like Harry Potter, but my bangs are a little too long anyway. I'm trying to grow out my hair anyway. So, there's some things I've been contemplating about Whimsy's backstory in the Wizarding world, and Ellie, are you gonna go away now that I started talking? You either join me or you just leave, huh? Okay. Um, so okay. So the way that everything is presented in this game seems to suggest that we, to one extent or other, because no, Ellie, I don't need you here. I need to focus, Ellie. I need to. You're breaking my concentration, okay? I need to focus on. So, basically, from what we know at the onset of the story, I had a number of ideas of where your main character could. Hi. Where the main character could originate from, what their background could be. And it's. I'm wondering if I were reviewing this or if I ever do a review run, how I would potentially. This would probably be an information negative. I would think. Like, it's kind of interaction, but the interaction is not in the game itself, it's in the player. Because, I especially since playing Skyrim and role-playing Skyrim, I've come to appreciate a role-playing mindset. So part of crafting a character is crafting their backstory, where they come from, what their family is, etc., etc. This game is exceedingly difficult because you have. Ellie, please. If you're going to make noises, make pleasant noises, okay? I don't want you. You're harshing my vibes, or whatever the heck that even means. No, I'm not being grumpy. I'm just pointing out something that I think is negative about the game. Am I harshing your vibes? You're just harshing my. I don't like the way you're looking at my arm. Like you want to bite it. He's literally like, I would never. Ellie, every time I start a stream, you just get angry and mean. I know you're out of food, but whose fault is that? Well, it's not my fault. You ate it all. You're on a very strict diet. Get off me. Get away. Please. Do I need to... It's all the way out of the. Not in your Facebook. Yeah, I get it. Okay. Like, okay. Okay, they can kind of hear me. Go have fun. Don't need to be mean to your papa. So anyway, I should be taking out my headphones, aren't I? Because I need to focus. Okay, so at the very offset of the game, knowing what little we know about, we still don't really know anything about where our character comes from, and that's like fine from a role-playing standpoint, but from, you know, if you want to invent your character's own origin. But at the same time, there's this big, glaring plot point that is simultaneously just a device to get us into the school at a later year. And, you know, like at the face of it, it's just like really kind of, we want us to be new to Hogwarts so that we can kind of have, you know, plausible exposition to some extent. You know, we want to have, you know, the player be a stranger to Hogwarts, so that like they don't like oh, here's your friends that you've already made from back in first year. Like, you know, you don't have any way of learning about them other than, as you know, I am your best friend, who you met in your first year of Hogwarts. Like, you know, like I totally get that, and you wanted them to be older because otherwise you're just kind of, you know, you want them to be at an age that is kind of more, you know, relatable in a way. So like mid-teens is kind of a, you know, a good, you know, median age to go with, you know, in terms of you know, because if you're playing like a first year in Hogwarts, that is like, you know, you're probably not gonna be learning, you know, like, and granted, like, Harry got into quite a bit of danger every single year he's been at Hogwarts, but like the amount of freedom and, you know, danger you're being put through regularly, it may not be reasonable exactly. Because like more and more in the Harry Potter books, like, you know, at the beginning, it's more about introducing the world, having classes, and then unraveling a mystery. Like that's kind of been, you know, with the danger level kind of getting more and more and more and more real until like by the fifth book, class is entirely by the fifth book, by the final book, the seventh book, like they're spoilers out of class entirely. I don't know, like, you know, I think like mid-teens is just an age that is relatable enough to adult players. Basically, I think is the key thing, because there are a ton of adult Harry Potter fans, including myself, including my parents. You know, As a kind of not quite a child, not quite an adult age, I guess. Anyway, let's not like analyze that much further. But like so like they need your character to be a fifth year. They need them to be new to Hogwarts. So there's some kind of setup, but like they're starting it at fifth year, and they're making it kind of mysterious why that's happening, and it would probably get negative to information. Like there's no reason for it to be mysterious. Like I mean, I think the biggest thing that's probably missing, and this is kind of really interaction, but it would be, we're kind of, I try to review as best I can on like what's there, and rather than what the game is, and rather than what it isn't. Also, I wanted to bring my wand. This will be a little weird against the green screen, but this is actually, I think this is, it's either Fred's wand or George's wand. I can't. It's one of the Weasley twins, and it's the one that survived. So, but I got this from a convention. I'm not sure if this is actually. I'm pretty sure this is not official merch, just because it has no like they didn't. This is probably handcrafted by a fan, which is really cool. So it feels more authentic that way. Because I think usually you probably would find like on the very base of it, you probably have like copyright, like Warner Brothers or J.K. Rowling estate, or whatever. I'm not sure if they call it the estate of J.K. Rowling because she's still alive. And part of me wants to say unfortunately, but like like unfortunately for activists or people who like to boycott things, or strongly feel that boycotts are have strong feelings about the. I don't know how to put it. Like, there's like no judgment here. Like, if you want to boycott this game, if you don't feel it's right to enjoy or experience anything in Harry Potter because it's forever tainted by what J.K. Rowling has said, like, fine. I just, death of the author, separating the art from the artist, as a whole other subject. I really don't want to. I mean, I could talk about. There's some things I want to talk about, but like I'm talking about Whimsy and her origin. Let's just talk about Whimsy and her origin. Okay, so the one thing I kind of wish they would do is that you could establish clearly in character creation whether or not you are a your character is Muggle-born, or I'm not sure what the other term would be, like pureblood. Like there's the gradient. I'm not sure if there's actually a term for like there's Muggle-born, obviously, and of course like there's a derogatory term. Mudblood, like we don't actually live in the Wizarding world, so I can say that safely. But I think I don't think I would have the option to be a pure to define yourself as a pureblood, but I don't know what the term would be for someone who is just born to magic parents, other than born to magic parents. Like, how can you condense that? How can you abbreviate born to magical parents versus Muggle-born, other than not Muggle-born? So, given what we have to work with at the offset of the game, I had a few ideas of what could be going on. I'm just going to hold this wand, okay? Swish and flick. Um, so, there's a few ideas. Um, Either you're, so basically, muggle-born or magic-born. Let's just call it magic-born for lack of a better term. It isn't really a little too abbreviated, but then we also had to explain why you didn't get into Hogwarts initially. So, there's a few possibilities. Either there was, okay, well, the possibility we can kind of seem to rule out at this point. Let's start with that. That you're basically a transfer student. You know, like you were originally in a different school, a different wizarding school, and then you transferred to Hogwarts. For one reason or another, maybe due to your particular ability. That still may be a possibility, to be honest. But like, no, it's not really. But not really. I mean, unless someone figures out, other than the teachers, that you are able to see ancient magic stuff. There's some way of testing it or discovering it, or without even the person who's being tested knowing. Because, like, in the game, we kind of discover our ability as we're going. Like, at the beginning of the game, after we're already been enrolled on our way to Hogwarts, we discover our ability to see ancient magic. So, like, either someone... It doesn't quite... The transfer student idea does not really fit too much with what we're beginning to establish now. Granted, I feel like that might be the best, because my idea is that Whimsy is, in fact, a Lovegood. Like, she is part of that family. I need to really look up, like, if there's an actual, like, family tree that I could try and squeeze her into. But anyway, like, and given her first name, it really seems like she is, what muggle would name their daughter Whimsicalis? Like, that doesn't sound like a muggle name to me. So, in fact, I don't think very many wizarding families would name their daughter Whimsicalis. But anyway, sorry, I need to find maybe a better time to stream. I do I am starting to like feel rather tired at this point at night too. So, I mean, granted, it was a problem when I was streaming the Whimsy stuff. So, I don't know. Anyway, but okay. So, basically, what's kind of starting to potentially rule out, um, the idea of her being a transfer student is the fact that like it seems like everyone who has this ability manifests this around what would be their 5th year. And it's like, okay, like are people just being transferred to Hogwarts during the 5th year? Is that somehow a weird commonality or coincidence, or is there someone at Hogwarts somehow that like, or in charge of transferring people to Hogwarts who, throughout this whatever long history, has like been able to tell that people have this ability and are shepherding them into Hogwarts during the 5th year? Or is it just that people with this particular ability maybe are non-magical to one degree or other until, like, the commonality is that that's what seems to be being implied, is that the commonality between all of these people is that to one extent or other they do not manifest their magical ability until they're around the age of 15. Like, that seems to be what's being implied. So, that completely overrules the idea of them being a transfer student, and instead makes them one of two things. Either Muggle-born and a late bloomer, or a squib, or a presumed squib, which is to say basically the opposite of a Muggle-born. There's which I suppose would be the way to, if you're gonna have the origins, it would be Muggle-born or squib. Or former squib. I mean, if they're going to narrow down the origins, it probably would be former squib or presumed squib or something like that. And that would be like your two potential origins, was that you were either Muggle-born and manifested magic around the age of 15, or you were presumed to be a squib, but then you suddenly started to manifest magical abilities around the age of 15. And were subsequently enrolled into Hogwarts. And I'm leaning to the squib thing because magical family. And until they reveal, oh, we're actually Muggle-born, that it just completely derails the entire idea of our origin. That's what I'm going to assume. Now, I also did some research into what non-magic users can do, and I guess what squibs can do. And interestingly, or sadly, they can't actually brew potions, which is unfortunate because the state of our family is a little different from Skyrim or D&D. In those games, well, she's a cat person, so she's born to a litter of free, which is a little more rare amongst humans. So, I'm probably gonna say that she has. Well, she always have had an older sibling and a younger. She's always the middle child of the triplets, the one who was born between the other two. So she has in older sister and younger brother by like a few minutes. But in this case, I think she has a substantially older sister and a relatively younger brother. And they probably both attend Hogwarts. We just never see them or hear of them because we've invented them and they don't are therefore part of the game. Although, oh yeah, I think her older sister would actually be substantially older, or have graduated Hogwarts because there's the idea that she has a store called a potion shop called the Doors Ajar. So, I think it probably it explains her apparent affinity to making potions. Even though she can't actually make potions, she's watched her sister do it, and she's studied a lot about magic, so she kind of she's almost a Hermione type. Like she's learned a lot about magic, even though like she can't actually hasn't actually been able to practice it until incredibly recently. Then there's her younger brother who, if we're gonna be very strict about it and like explain his absence in school, I'm probably just gonna say he's 10. So he's too young to actually enroll. And her older sister's like maybe 20. Or so, like 19 or 20. So anyway, I just want to quickly. Here's the image of the Lovegood family tree. Oh, this is Commander Lovegood family tree. Well, officially, at least according to the fandom wiki, there is no like actual like yeah. There's no like actual extended genealogy going on. So we're free and clear to like make Whimsy into into a ancestor of Luna. Still cool. It's officially canon now, J.K. Rowling. You can't stop me. Except maybe with a cease and desist letter. or just by completely ignoring it and not even being aware of it. Anyway. I will say it's like the for me as a as someone who's trying to roleplay, like it's not terribly frustrating because I enjoy the challenge of working around like whatever is established. It's just that what's being established is kind of shifting around a bit. When I wasn't very like tied down to the idea of her being a transfer student.
Revelio.
The Hogwarts motto, Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandulus, means never tickle a sleeping dragon. Fortunately, this particular sleeping dragon is made of stone and will never awaken. It may be tickled to absolutely no effect.
Everybody grab a broom, and we shall get started. Mr. Clopton, your attention, please.
Sorry, Madam Kagawa.
Everyone, please welcome a new student to our flying class.
Welcome. Hello.
The goal of today is to remind all of you how to maneuver on a broomstick safely, as broom flight is, first and foremost, a means of transportation.
This, I fear, some of you have forgotten.
Diving, rolling, and loop-the-loops will not be taught or in fact tolerated in this class. We'll leave that to professional Quidditch players, like the Toyohashi Tengu.
Not a fan, I take it?
Now, let's see how well everyone kept up with their practice over the summer holidays. For those who need a refresher, step up to your broom, say up firmly and clearly, then kick your leg over and rest your weight on the seat. Up!
Thank you.
Now, your turn.
Up,
Up.
up, you stupid ratty school broom!
Up.
Up. One leg over, so there's a leg on each side. None of that side saddle nonsense. A gust of wind will throw you right off. And if you hear my whistle while you're in flight, ground yourself at once.
Although I have a feeling we're going to be.
Good. Now, for your first lesson, fly through each ring in the courtyard.
We're going to be
Do take care.
Superman 64ing this.
Our school property. I want them returned in one piece.
I mean, it's probably one of the kind of good things to. Okay, so it's incredibly intuitive, but. Or at least, yeah.
This'll take some getting used to. I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Excellent.
I think it's very implied that we were not magical until.
Well done. Now that you're acclimatized to your broom, let's see how well you manage with a more advanced exercise, shall we? This next set of rings will take you around the grounds for more of a challenge.
What have you?
Hello. Nice day for a flight.
Made it. Did anyone else see that?
Whoa.
Ah, the old boathouse. Wish you could have experienced crossing the lake as the first year.
What? Are you freaking kidding me?
Brilliant.
Take care. The only thing I can really kind of criticize this for is that it doesn't really use analog that much. Like, there's just two speeds. Regular speed and ludicrous speed.
Whoa, our aquatic resident likes to make an appearance once in a while.
Hey.
Good, I've got this. This is rather fun.
Anyway, I'm really hoping that we're.
Oh, well done! Have a moment? I say, I watched you fly through those rings. You seem to handle yourself on that dusty school broom well enough. I'd imagine you're ready for something a bit more challenging. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We met in the common room. I'm Everett Clopton. So, care to join me for a bit of high-flying fun?
Can't say no to that. What did you have in mind?
A bit of a detour, so to speak. Follow me. The tour is about to begin. Follow closely now. Right now, we're flying over the Transfiguration Courtyard. Lovely as ever. Let's hope the headmaster isn't having tea by the window today. Nice to get above it all, isn't it? Ahead of the gardens, the Hufflepuff common room windows just peek out. Bit claustrophobic for my taste.
How is Everett flying so quickly?
Here's something handy to know. Lean forward for a burst of speed. Helpful if you need to escape a tricky situation.
Oh, we can get a burst of speed. Okay.
Now that's more like it.
You sure you're not part hippogriff? There's the famous bridge. Think of all the magic holding it up. I mean, look at it. And the owlery. That's a bit of solid architecture, isn't it?
Flying tips and a jaunt around Hogwarts. This is quite the tour, Everett.
It's weird that like the actual like solid speed doesn't drain stamina.
That's Kagawa's whistle. This concludes our tour.
Okay.
Dismount here.
Flying is easy, landing is hard.
And where have you two been?
Oh, hello, Professor. We were trying to get a bit of extra practice in.
Hefty points will be taken from each of you for not following my instructions. Mr. Clopton, I'm disappointed in you. You're in this class because you're still not showing yourself, or frankly, your broom the proper respect.
But, Professor...
Enough. Class is finished for the day. As for you, you do well to use better judgment in the future. Chin up. That was some rather good flying.
Sorry about that business with Kagawa, but you have to admit, those views were worth it.
It was worth losing a few house points for that detour.
You seem at home on a broom. Bet if you had a fancy model, you could fly laps around Imelda. She's Kagawa's favorite. I could show her a thing or two if I had my own broom. Hate having to return the school broom after class.
Perhaps I'll have to purchase a broom then.
If you can, you should. Wish I could. I recommend visiting Albie Weeks at Spintwitches in Hogsmeade. He's always looking to test new models. I'll keep an eye out for you in the sky.
Okay. Hmm. I'll have to see like how much we
Sweet,
actually.
here I come.
Library venture. How did you fare? If you're keen for some illicit spell practice, meet me outside the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. I know a discreet place near there.
Please meet me in the 7th floor corridor as soon as you can. I have an idea for somewhere you can focus on your studies, away from prying eyes and distractions.
Ah, new face. Wonderful.
Hello, Mr. Weeks, is it?
Albie Weeks at your service. Welcome to Spin Witches. Apologies if you came by before and weren't able to come in. Shop's been closed since trade routes were disrupted. Had to travel as far as London to meet with my supplier. And I've only just returned, thankfully with inventory. I presume you're in the market for a new broom? Got a few rare U-weavers available. Ember Dash, Silver Arrows. Whimsy too. No matter what broom you choose, you'll be pleased. They're all exceptional, both in quality and performance.
You said disrupted trade routes caused you to close Spintwitches.
Terrible it's been. Trade routes reported as unusable. Evidently criminals are overtaking roads, threatening hamlets. I can fly safely almost anywhere, but you try flying with an inventory of brooms on your back. No easy feat. Right then, back to work. If a particular broom takes your fancy, just let me know.
Do you mind sharing more about your brooms?
I have a passion for them. Every detail of every model. Take Whimsy, well known for their quality ash handles. U-weavers are rare because some fear flying them, likely to do with the U-wand's darker reputation. Then you have the Ember Dash, known for its handsome appearance. Working with brooms every day makes me practically giddy. It's one of many reasons I cherish running this shop.
Sounds quite the array of brooms. I'll have a look around, thank you.
What are we looking for today?
Are any in my price range? Oh, they're like. I mean, we can only we can preview them. Like they're all like 600, and like we have twice that. So it's mostly it's probably mostly at least at this point we can actually like sell our
Nice doing business with you.
Okay, so
That item is of the highest quality.
I like the look of that. But what does the other ones look like?
That item is of the highest quality.
Hogwarts House Broom has our show our house pride.
That item is of the highest quality.
I don't know, I like the Ember Dash. For those of a fiery temperament. I mean, we only have a fiery temperament, we just like things that are red and glowy.
You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see. Whilst nearly any broom will certainly be a step up from the practice brooms in Kagawa's class, they all have their limitations. You seem to be a flyer who might be interested in, say, some enhancements?
Go on.
Ha! Knew I was right about you. I think you'll be quite happy with the performance of any broom at lower altitudes. But you may notice that speed consistency tends to falter as you rise. I believe I can remedy this issue. I have some ideas for enchantments, upgrades if you will, that will improve the performance of any broom you fly. What I need is someone to conduct a broom flight and report back to me so I can perfect the upgrades. As it happens, another Hogwarts student, Imelda Reyes, is using abandoned broom courses for time trials. Clever girl. An ideal situation for collecting flight statistics. If you were to compete for the best time and succeed, then report back to me with how your broom behaved, I could complete work on my first upgrade. What say?
How long have you had a passion for brooms?
Since the moment I saw my first Quidditch match, seeing flyers manoeuvre the way they do. Oh, some people continue to have their doubts about me and my ideas. I hope that won't dissuade you from helping. I know I'm onto something.
Why do you need me to report to you on this broom flight?
I did try to get Imelda to help, but she has some flying habits and quirks that made her difficult to collaborate with. I need a flyer with no bad habits and the knack for flying. Your classmate Everett said you're a natural on a broom. He's forever in here studying the newest models, almost as passionate about brooms as I am. If your rumoured talent for flying can help you beat Imelda's times, then having you assess the broom will be invaluable.
Sounds as though you took Kagawa's class.
I did, but my focus on the technical elements of brooms rather than the art of flying drove her mad. She thinks it fitting I run Spintwitches now. I don't reckon either of us ever pictured me batting away bludgers for the Cannons or Puddlemere United. And I find a certain satisfaction in winning over the naysayers who think I may be too young to run this shop. With your help, I can continue proving myself the most knowledgeable purveyor of wizarding sporting goods around.
That sounds intriguing. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. It'll be worth your while. If
I
I'm right,
think
the
you
new
only have
upgrade
paying
ought to
attention.
enhance brooms in every regard. And I can give you a special price. The time trial should be a bit of fun too. Go to the Quidditch pitch and Imelda Reyes will sort you out. Once you've beaten
So-
Imelda's time, be sure to let...
Okay, there's another thing I wanted to talk about, just to kind of get it off my chest. And I don't know, I might... I mean, okay, so I've already talked about the whole transphobia thing, which, you know, is just... I mean, it's... To me, it's insane to, like, think that just because someone enjoys a piece of work that was written and created by someone who has transphobic leanings makes you a transphobe. That consuming it makes you a transphobe, but like supporting a creative work associated with that person is like that's not how it works. Like, just because Rowling even thinks that, like, I have no control over what she thinks of my purchase. In fact, I don't think she actually cares about my purchase. I think she has some care about the big numbers, and interprets those big numbers however she wants, and whatever. Just because she thinks that doesn't make it true. There's the thing. Like, someone posted in the Critical Role group a picture of their character inspired by the appearance of Percy, and that entire thread on Facebook devolved into, or at least one of the comments devolved into, like, oh, the game's transphobic and you're a terrible person for buying the game, and then, like, but then there's also like a thread, part of it about the goblins being anti-Semitic, which is just freaking ridiculous in my estimation. Like, just because apparently their appearance is supposedly based on the old caricatures of Jewish people. And because they also have this like greedy disposition, which is also somehow a caricature, a part of Jewish stereotypes. It's like I wouldn't even have known about this. Like, I don't look at goblins and think, oh, they're Jews. I should hate Jewish people now. Because goblins are kind of assholes. Or some of them are. I mean, the apparent, or at least one of the main villains of this game appears to be, is a goblin. But like goblins do not have like, okay, like if they took us up further and gave them like, you know, a Jewish accent or Yiddish accent or something like that, or you know, like a Mel Brooks type of a voice, or had them constantly talking about being the Klempt or something. Like clearly they're not actually based on frickin' Jews. I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. I think someone at some point made I think it was Jon Stewart, like made a kind of offhand comment about how, and maybe even jokingly, about like how the goblins in Harry Potter kind of look like caricatures of Jews. Like, I just had to say that I have a certain disdain for the culture war, kind of in both sides of it, to be honest. Like, people on the right are like, things are too woke. Any story or piece of fiction that contains, you know, progressive, you know, blatantly progressive, like making the green M&M wearing slightly less sexy shoes. Like, personally, I do think that, like, the right-wing culture war is... Granted, I am biased because I'm more liberal-leaning, but, is more ridiculous. Particularly the M&M thing. Like, you know, they're getting a set about a pair of shoes on an anthropomorphic chocolate candy. And then, like, the purple M&M, the new purple M&M, is obviously obese. It is meant to, like, counter body shaming or something like that, or... I don't know. But I highly doubt that Rowling had any anti-Semitic intent with regard to the design and characterization of the goblins. I think intent is important. Why is my cursor just showing like it's loading something? Oh, anyway.
Can't help but
Identify.
admire Mr. Weeks' enthusiasm.
We're just gonna rifle through your things and steal them. No, they are identified. We need.
Revelio.
Hey, why are we still holding our book? Okay. So how do we... Do we have to be out of town to start riding our broom?
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Okay, press L1 and tap. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Is this like the Hogwarts Express Yep, that's the Hogwarts Express train station. We get like any... Huh. We pop these balloons? What do we do with these balloons? Oh. We do pop them, okay. There's probably some kind of quest or something that we haven't found yet that involves these. Ah, it's actually a challenge. I figured there must be something. Is it inside the building? It looks like there's a...
Beetle the Bard is a bit too hairy-hearted for my taste.
Muggles have made life hard for us since the dawn of time. I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Oh, it's literally a flue chimney.
Sometimes I have to wonder for what.
Wonder how I get on working as a referee for professional cricket matches. My mother found.
A little bunch of kites have just appeared, popped into existence. Is that the extent of the seating area? I guess it's a pretty big. I don't know, I've always imagined that there's more. I have to pay more attention to like what the seating arrangements and.
Truer words were never spoken.
What the seating arrangement looks like in the movies.
Hey you, Ravenclaw.
Imelda Reyes? Albie Week sent me.
Did he now? Still tinkering with his broom upgrade, no doubt. I tried to help him once. He nitpicked my flying technique, and that was the end of that. The nerve. Why is he roping you into his broom testing silliness? You've barely started flying from what I know. Caught wind of you showing off in flying class with Clopton.
I don't know what people have said, but I certainly wasn't showing off.
Tell that to the rest of the school. But it doesn't matter. Everyone knows that class is only for beginners, troublemakers, and bumbling baboons. But for some reason, now people think you're competition. Ugh, I can't be having that.
Perhaps I am competition.
You're not even Slytherin. Could be a useless squib for all I know. Enough of this. Only one way to find out who's the better flyer. I hold one of the
She's
fastest
a
times in
reformed
this course.
squib, I'll have to tell you.
Let's see if you can beat it. Slytherin versus Ravenclaw.
Can you tell me more about these courses?
Stalling, 5th year. Fine, I'll humour you. This course demands focus. Requires you to anticipate speed and height before every turn. The others test stamina. 3 courses in all, built ages ago by former students. Since Black cancelled Quidditch, it was these courses or nothing. I made them popular again. Got the whole school hungry to compete. So, let's see what you've got, 5th year.
Actually, why not? I can beat your record.
I'm so looking forward to seeing you lose.
I'm probably gonna suck at this.
Ah, success!
Oh, okay, I don't think I can do this. Let me just...
Brilliant!
I don't think we're doing this. Did these like just give us a speed boost? These are supposed to give us speed boost, I think. Right.
Brilliant!
Well, she really sucks.
This is rather fun.
If you say so, Whimsy. And we're not even halfway through. Can we cancel out of this? Can we? I think we can leave the quest area and just like submit that way.
Did it?
Yeah, we've already lost.
Made it.
I mean, we kind of were close-ish. Wow, we were so bad we crashed the game. I think it's probably just before the, Are you freaking kidding me?
Made it.
We can see if we're...
Now that's more like it.
Dang it, well...
This'll take some getting used to.
We'll see if we can do a better job. If the game crashes again, that's kind of it. Like, I'm gonna...
Success.
See if we can find a better save someplace.
This is rather fun. Missed one.
Really?
Now that's more like it.
I'm probably still not gonna make it, but...
Did it.
Well, maybe we're gonna make it. I mean, she was crap. If that was her best time. I mean, we barely beat it, but still.
Ugh, that's
That's not... You must have cheated, you... Ugh! Fine. You won. Don't think this is over. You can't determine skill from one single trial.
Surely my win means something.
You're not terrible, but you're still going to have to prove yourself if you want to earn my respect.
Alright.
Challenge accepted then.
Perhaps you have what it takes after all. We shall see.
I
But don't get your hopes up. The
Mal
next
tour
course
effect,
near
but okay.
Irondale offers a much tougher challenge. You can try to prepare by racing this course again. Just check in at the podium, where the leaderboard is. You can check your time and start the race. We'll see next time if your win here was more than just a fluke. Whilst on an errand for Albie Weeks.
Whatever. Challenge accepted.
I never thought someone would ever best Imelda's time.
I suspect Mr. Weeks will be glad to hear how I fared.
You just do a little tumble to... Okay. Anyway, I'm not very competitive, and I don't think Whimsy is particularly.
Oh, you're back! With something to report, I hope?
Mr. Weeks, I was able to set a record on my broom.
Incredible! Miss Reyes must have been shocked. Tell me, how was the broom?
A little turbulent and is wanting for a bit of speed, but it fared well enough. I will say that it tended to drift a bit to the left on certain turns. Heard a slight swoosh when I dipped.
Oh, thank you. That's precisely what I needed to know. Drifted, eh? I shall get to work immediately. Even the naysayers will be forced to admit that my work's had potential all along.
Why would anyone doubt your ability to upgrade brooms?
No, you'd be surprised. People get set in their ways, worry that fiddling with what's working fine will somehow ruin it. Those people don't appreciate the sense of freedom that comes with quality broom flight, nor do they appreciate all that's involved in the creative process. I have a friend in Rome runs a shop like mine, says it's worse there. Of course, they do nap in the afternoons from what I hear. And where would we be without enhancements? I mean, if Elliot Smethwick had let the naysayers get to him, we would never have had the cushioning charm. I don't listen to them.
I'm excited to hear more.
I have a very good feeling about this upgrade. I guarantee you'll be pleased. Expect to hear from me soon. How to address the issue of altitude as it relates to speed?
Yeah, Ah, the human requirement. Sure does rain a lot, but I remember all this
Doesn't
thing.
get any more cozy than Hogsmeade.
The I'm not sure I like the Ember's Wand as much as I thought I would. Well, I'm guessing like there's not too many balconies here. The thing that broom travel is like uncommon in the Wizarding world. It's interesting that like we don't have a lot of balconies. I mean, I guess in terms of like invasions, it probably makes some degree of sense. Like just security, I guess. I can't enter while mounted. Can't land. I feel like there's an invisible wall here, which is weird. Like I can only land on the ground? Really? That could be a negative to interaction if I were reviewing this. Can't land on the bridge. I can't. Why? I can't dismount in here. Wow. That is freaking stupid. I could dismount here. That's...
Revelio.
Huh. down there. I could just fast travel, but where's the fun in that? I need to get some more water. Hey, back in a minute. Okay. Okay. Right.
Professor Weasley? Somewhere away from prying eyes.
Forgive me, the headmaster stopped me and I... Merlin's beard. I see you've wasted no time. Well done. Shall we?
After you, Professor. What is this place?
This is the Room of Requirement. It only appears when one is in real need of it. Ordinarily, a student might stumble upon this room entirely by accident. If ever. I'd only planned to suggest to you how to find it by walking past that bit of wall, focusing on what you need. But you've managed to reveal the room on your own. While I'm here, we should take advantage of the moment. Now, where is Deke? He must have sneaked past and gone ahead.
Deke, Professor?
The house elf I was speaking to in my classroom your first day. Thought he might help you use the room once you found it. There's no chance I'm clambering over this mess. This presents the perfect opportunity to teach you Evanesco, the vanishing spell. You can cast Evanesco to vanish certain objects, such as these chairs and other things here in the room. I suggest you practice the wand movements first, then you can clear the chairs away.
We need to use a Polish move controller. And okay, well, I had to actually hit every button. Okay.
Splendid. Now, cast Evanesco on those chairs.
Huh? Did I unlock these? That's really weird. I'm pretty sure I unlocked these, so I should be able to... Okay. I can't assign it. I can't go back, so I'm stuck here. There we go. Apparently I did like select it properly.
Expelliarmus!
What?
Excellent work. You'll note that you are now in possession of Moonstone. We shall discuss its uses later. Let's move on. Where in Merlin's name is that elf? Is that... Goodness. My old school bag. I wondered where that had got to. I can't believe it's still here. I'll just take a quick look at this. Give you an opportunity to explore on your own until we locate Deke.
Yes, Professor.
Dear me. Can't you keep it down? Some of us are trying to rest.
I can't access it. There we go. Oh. Some tea. Okay. This is the only like here to interact with, apparently. Okay.
Hope this isn't as precarious as it looks.
An intruder! Stop them! No, not... that's not helpful, you worthless pile of tin!
I think I flooded the room, but I needed a map, cheeky thing.
How does anyone other than a house elf manage to get around in here?
Oh yeah.
What was that? Was that a golden snitch?
Perhaps you should summon your wits and find out.
Accio.
I'm gonna call it quits soon. I'm feeling really tired.
Accio.
I hope that house elf can find us in here.
Yeah, we can find him.
Yikes! Careful!
Huh? Oh, there you are. Wait right there. Deke will come to you. Hello.
Ah, Deke, we've been looking for you.
Apologies, Professor Weasley. Deke was looking through some of what's appeared in the room since Deke was last here. Is this the student?
Indeed it is.
Deke is honored to meet you.
Deke has been a friend since I was a second year. We discovered this room together. I mentioned you to Deke. We believe that you might be able to benefit from this room like I did. Deke, would you be so kind?
Of course, Professor Weasley. The Room of Requirement will always be equipped for the Seeker's needs. It's unplottable, so won't appear on any map. Most happen upon it by accident, if ever. Deke's seen students in need of an extra file for potions stumble upon the room filled with them. You seem to have accessed it in its form as the Room of Hidden Things.
I was thinking about needing a place away from prying eyes. Brilliant.
Oh, that explains it then.
What I need specifically is a place where I can catch up on my schoolwork without distraction.
Well then, the room can provide you with precisely that. Now, it's time to focus on what you need. Just close your eyes. Imagine the room precisely as you need it. The room will do the rest.
You've given yourself quite a canvas to work with. I look forward to seeing what you do with the space. Ah, and it seems the room has provided you with a desk of description. Excellent. It can identify unfamiliar items of clothing. One should always understand the effects of anything in which one is clothed. You'll find plenty of items of clothing that need to be identified. The desk will be an invaluable resource.
I imagine the desk of description will come in handy.
It will. I hope you'll take advantage of it. Now, I'll give you a brief lesson in conjuring. The room might not provide everything you need on its own.
Conjuring?
Yes. The magic of creating or conjuring objects. I'll teach you. Very good. When conjuring more complex objects, you'll need what's called a spellcraft. Spellcrafts are like recipes. They list the ingredients or resources needed to conjure a particular object. You should have acquired some for a potion station and potting table from tomes and scrolls in Hogsmeade.
I did. Where can I find the resources I need?
While resources such as moonstone can be obtained throughout the Highlands, it's much safer and easier to purchase them. They can also be collected by vanishing objects in the room, such as the chairs you vanished earlier. In fact, you should have enough resources for now.
I see. Can I regain resources by vanishing something I've already conjured?
You can indeed. Quite perceptive. Why don't you give it a try? Go ahead and conjure the potion station and potting table. You should find both familiar, since they'll resemble the ones you've already used to study magical plants and brew potions in class.
We have different styles. Oh, we can change the look of it. Okay, okay. We have like 81 moonstone. We're probably not gonna
Well done. You can use these whenever you need to brew potions or grow plants. Presuming, of course, you've collected any seeds or potion ingredients you need in Hogsmeade or outside the castle grounds.
That's really neat.
Deke will be here to answer any questions you may have. Do not underestimate his insights.
Can you tell me a bit more about Deke?
He's been at Hogwarts longer than I have, and seems to know its every nook, cranny, and secret. We discovered this room together when I was a student. Deke has had a good deal of experience, both here at Hogwarts and at a previous post. I shall let Deke tell you more when he's ready, but again, you would be wise to listen to any suggestions he may have.
Can I use this type of transfiguration magic outside of the room?
Conjuring and vanishing are strictly forbidden elsewhere in the castle. We've charms in place to enforce that. It would be exhausting to reverse the errors in both judgment and magic. But the Room of Requirement has its own rules.
Okay.
I will be sure to speak with Deke if I need anything. Thank you.
Good luck. I shall linger a bit longer in case you'd like to learn another transfiguration spell for use in the room.
I'm ready for the next lesson, Professor.
Very well. First, you'll need to gather some moonstone. You can acquire it by vanishing items here in the Room of Requirement.
I have like
or
80
you can
some.
gather it carefully outside of the Hogwarts grounds. Return to me once you've gathered
I've been
enough.
just gathering
and we shall
some
begin the
by the
lesson.
curiosity.
I have the moonstone you requested, Professor.
Good. Then we may begin your lesson. You can conjure more than potions and herbology tables. Conjuration can be used to decorate this space to your liking. Why don't you try it on the walls and floor?
The reflections in there is like pre-cooked, I think. I'm pretty sure there's a term for it, but well, that's cool. We could make it small or large. Oh, there's an overall budget. Makes sense. Scientific rug. Most people can't actually use any of these things, I don't think. I mean, besides the stations, obviously.
Professor, I have some questions about conjuration.
Yes?
There are so many choices. What items do you think I should conjure?
I shall leave that entirely up to you. This is your space, after all. I will say that a simple addition, such as a wall hanging or a portrait, might make the space feel unique.
Can I remove an item I've conjured?
Indeed you can. You already know the spell, Evanesco. When you vanish something, the moonstone used to conjure it will become available to you again.
I think I can manage from here. Thank you.
I look forward to seeing your work.
Actually had to conjure a certain amount of wall decorations and floor decorations to complete this quest. Huh. Collision is a little weird, I'll say. Is it actually daytime already? Or is it just daytime in the requirement because we require it to be daytime? I don't know, I think we'll probably just wait until tomorrow to complete this quest as it is. I need to add that to the add Avalanche software to the oh, the remove requirement the entire time. That's neat. Anyway. Okay. So as usual, there are a bunch of things you can do that'll take a few seconds every time, as well as other things that are a bit more involved. But of course, it's all entirely up to you, and as always, I thank you very much for watching, and until